days ago.
I'm still confused how he died, but I guess this gonna explain it all. I guess I don't know. We're gonna find out together, twin.
And we spoke on a situation involving a Florida-based rapper who tragically lost his life in Atlanta. Now, early reports suggested that his death was due to a self-inflicted, and at that moment, most people weren't focused on theories or speculation. They were focused on paying their respects, learning about his journey, and honoring the impact he had on people around him. But in the last 24 hours, new details have started to circulate. And to be real, they started to change the conversation. You see, of course, yesterday we dropped another story and covered another young life lost, a football player, same age, similar circumstances, found inside his garage according to police reports. Two different stories, but both raising heavy questions within the community. Now tonight, what really caught my attention is what happened during a memorial held in honor of the Florida-based rapper. Now reports say 4 people were shot during his memorial gathering this Sunday, and that alone has sparked even more concern, more theories, and more questions about what really led up to his death. Not to mention, confirmed reports on how he truly lost his life has surfaced, according to the local police department. And that information mixed with disinformation, which we'll later discuss in chronological order. Let's just say, fam, you might have the same theories at the conclusion. So tonight, we're not here to push narratives or pick sides. We're here to walk through the timeline, the information released over the weekend, and what's been confirmed about the memorial shooting. Not to mention where the victim stands today. But before we go over this one, I want you guys to remember, I don't give you no aim, let's give you the story. So with that being said, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. We'll jump right to it. And fam, if you didn't see the first video we did on this death, I advise you guys to check it out. The link is in the bio. And a couple things we didn't point out before we get to the story that people noticed was Lil Poppa was, of course, the baby father of Rick Ross' daughter. And also, and that the reason he allegedly had a fat face was because he had SCD, which is sickle cell disease, which is a genetic disorder that affects hemoglobin, the molecule in red blood cells responsible for carrying oxygen. And people also mentioned how his name was brought up on allegedly paying for the hit when it come to Julio Fulio, a Jacksonville rapper who we once covered, who unfortunately lost his life on his birthday celebrating. But Julio Fulio was also a rapper who clowned Lil Poppa for allegedly beating him in the mall, which we covered in the first video. And the reason for that is because new court details presented by prosecutors in the murder case revealed that fellow Jacksonville rapper J. Breezy, well-known affiliate to Lil Poppa, allegedly sent a cash out payment to one of the suspected killers in the Julio Fulio.
And that could be another conclusion too. Like that shit probably was eating him up. Like knowing he did this, or I don't know if he did or not. I'm just saying, like if he did, knowing he probably did it, he probably sent back. Like he already depressed and shit. If you listen to his music, he already depressed, sad and shit. So him doing all, it's probably eating him up alive. He's probably like, damn, like he going through shit. He got shit going on. He dealing with this. He dealing with that. It's so much shit. So he probably just, ain't your fault for real. It seemed like he ain't really wanna live for in his music. I don't know.
Case before they hit, but
discuss J. Dot, some of the testimony these messages with this individual also discuss J. Dot. Ja'Cory Rivers is the true name of Mr. J. Dot, and he is associated in this case in that he funded or sent the money for the Airbnb to the defendant's boyfriend, Mr. Chance, in advance of his using his Airbnb or his Cash App account to book the room with Mr. Murphy. So that's why we are seeking to admit these, number one, for the defendant's knowledge of, again, this ongoing issue.
At this point, that's pure speculation. Could it have been karma or something he was dealing with mentally? We don't know. But like in the interview he did just 8 months ago on the Mr. J. Hill network, Lil Poppa was just a young man trying to leave the streets behind him and focus on his craft, which was music.
They always try to have a parallel with the streets and the rap, and it's like I'm trying to get away from that.
I mean, it's really up to you. You feel me? Like it starts with you. If you want to change, you have to want to change. You feel me? You have to say I'm done with the streets. You know what I'm saying? And once you do that and actually apply yourself, you feel me? Separate yourself from certain things and move like you really want to be done with the streets and take that other foot out of it. You can master it, not care what other people think. Oh, he left the hood, he don't care about it. You feel me? You master it.
That's what it is, bro. I ain't gonna lie. That's how I know you smart because like
He hates
the fact that you can acknowledge, like, take that other foot out it. A lot of niggas, they still got 1 foot in, 1 foot out, and they try to act like oblivious, like, nah, you
feel me?
You know what's going on.
You're gonna always be involved with the streets. You know what I'm saying? If you don't take that other foot out, like, and you can't be mad at the consequences.
But at this point, 3 days since Lil Poppa had lost his life, his fans and people close to him are wondering who is Lil Poppa's manager and why he's the focus amid the bubbling rapper's sudden death at just 25. And that's because before Lil Poppa lost his life, he allegedly got into an accident in which he called his manager, who instructed him what to do, allegedly, before the self-inflicted. And before we really get into those details, let's slow down for a second. Lil Poppa, like most artists, had a manager, and Lil Poppa was managed allegedly by CMG overall, but his manager appears to be Lil Jabari Daddy, whose Instagram bio indicates that he's Lil Poppa's manager. However, Lil Jabari Daddy is with Shortstop ENT. His individual Instagram handle is keep_on_push. Although there is not enough information about it, he appears to be Islam, and this was a rare interview he gave on himself.
Yeah, it's a big world, but it's a small world. You know what I'm saying? We bump into people all the time. Even like, you know, people see Poopy and they don't even know. You know, he's half Cape Verdean, he's half Puerto Rican and half Cape Verdean.
A lot of people that know that now. So he is, right? So,
Yeah,
so you're saying officially?
his mom's Andrea.
Some people
Yeah,
like he's
officially,
not. So you're staying for the record.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
his
to me,
mom,
like somebody just asked me now, they're like, "What are you, Dominican?" You know what I'm saying? Like,
you look Dominican. Yeah, I know you get that a lot, Dominican.
sometimes, you know, but I know I was born in Cape Verde. I always read Cape Verde.
There you go. Tell me where you from, man. What part of Cape Verde you
Born in
from?
Fogo Islands, man. I went to go visit Fogo a few years back, and I slept on the same mattress I was born on. So.
Nah, for real?
So
It's still out there? In the
my
crib?
grandmother's living room, man. It's like 2 beds there. It was crazy.
The same.
I feel like so that here, and I build it more. See what you know what I'm saying.
At least what's being presented to the public, and you can take that for how you want, with a grain of salt, as my grandmother will always say. Because this theory's been floating around on the details we're about to elaborate on, and why was Lil Poppa giving him that last call. And that's because Hateville Police Chief Bruce Haley shared more details about the final moments of Lil Poppa's life. According to him, the rapper was involved in a single car accident on Interstate 85 shortly before his death. The crash itself was not fatal, and his vehicle was drivable. In fact, after the incident, he reportedly called his manager to ask what he should do next. They arranged to meet at a nearby parking lot. And of course, shortly after, TMZ had reported that the Fulton County Medical Examiner Office had confirmed that Lil Poppa died from a self-wound to the head while he was talking to his manager. Subsequently, the officials ruled out his death as us marking an end to all the widespread speculation to sickle cell.
But where's the camera? Because I know they would have dropped some type of footage, bro. Like, it's something deep down going on, bro. Why they ain't talking about what they was talking about? And where is the camera footage when he pulled in? Or, like, some type of footage, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know how they have footage of when a rapper's last moments there or some shit? Why is it no cameras or nothing being shown to the public? If I'm not tripping or mistaken, but I guess.
Or if there was foul play to get rid of. Now I must say, even though unfortunately he lost his life like that, we gotta remember, once a body drop, there's always beef. No matter how much you try to steer away from the streets. And in this case, Lil Poppa was technically in a full-blown war, even in 2026. And a track he released just 4 months ago, titled Ironic No More September, with a little more than 700,000 views and counting. At the time of me doing this video, Lil Poppa talked about picking up the cup again. But not only that, experiencing a lot of death because of this war. Drugs to cope and go to sleep, not that. But he also mentioned in this song, going through it, needing drugs to cope and go to sleep, not to mention why he hates September, having some of his friends being gunned down in this war in the month of September. And one of those guys mentioned in this song was Leak, a man gunned down September 2nd, 2020. But Leak was feared and respected. Before the second incident, he got shot 11 times, trying to rob a plug, got out the hospital, and allegedly caused hell on the 6th block, shot female fingers off, shot at people mamas. And the guy he was allegedly with, identified as John John when he first got shot 11 times, had ended up dying, which made Leak turn into a demon. But they finally caught up with him at a stoplight while in a vehicle, broad daylight.
The news alert from the Arlington area. 2 lanes of Beach Boulevard remain blocked at St. John's Bluff. There's been a double shooting and 2 crime scenes. Police found one of the people who was shot near that intersection.
This investigation spans several miles. In fact, it started when officers at a substation in Regency heard gunshots and then found a person shot right outside, basically, that substation at Atlantic Boulevard near Monument Road. Those lanes reopened less than an hour ago. Good morning, everyone. Thank you for choosing us. JSO has been working this case for nearly 6 hours now.
News for Jax reporter Brittany Muller joins us from the beach in St. John's Bluff location. Brittany, what's the latest on the investigation?
Bruce, Jen, police say after they found a man who had been shot in a car on Atlantic and Monument Road, they then followed a speeding car to this location here on Beach to find another person who had been shot. Take a look, a tow truck just arrived to remove that vehicle involved. Traffic is moving slowly in this area. Only one westbound lane is open on Beach Boulevard and Cortez Road because of the police activity. Within the hour, a tow truck removed the car on Atlantic Boulevard near Monument Road that police say was obviously targeted. It's riddled with bullets. We counted 5 bullet holes in both sides of the vehicle. Police say JSO officers were preparing for a shift change at a substation nearby at the Regency Mall when they heard the shots ring out. Officers say they found the driver with gunshot wounds in life-threatening condition. JSO says this person has been taken to the hospital and is not expected to survive. At the same time, officers saw another car speeding away. Police stopped the car on Beach Boulevard and found a second person who had been shot. That person was taken to the hospital and is expected to be okay. Police say the 4 other people inside the car are now in custody and investigators are questioning them. Police believe there could be a third person shot because of the evidence they found inside the car on Atlantic. All lanes on Atlantic Boulevard have reopened at this time. Again, you can see here on Beach Boulevard near Cortez Road, only one westbound lane is open this morning. Traffic is moving slowly. We'll keep you updated on the latest developments.
Another person mentioned in Lil Poppa's song was Desi. He was considered an OG to Lil Poppa, as you can see in the picture. Of course, they both rap 1200, but back then, the older generation in 1200 was identified as Cut Circle. They had real beef with Head First. Head First talked about killing Desi in a song released back in 2014 with the killer allegedly in a music video. He was gunned down the day after Desi, and he was identified as Lympha. This him in the music video with his alleged crew Head First. So as you can see, listen, sometimes you cannot be in the streets, but being affiliated is just as damaging. And not only that, 1200 clearly had tension with more than just 6 Block or 6 Ave, whatever you want to call it. So until it's in black and white, we can't pinpoint exactly who. But it would explain how in another state from where the incident took place, a memorial would get shot up. February 18, 2026, when Lil Poppa lost his life, 1200 did a memorial. On Saturday, February 21st, 2026, on Jacksonville's east side, a party after midnight had ended Sunday morning with 4 people being shot. It was a barrage of bullets. Police say 12 to 15 shots rang off. The 4 victims were 2 women, ages 34 and 39. As well as 2 men, 37 and 43. The 34-year-old woman was found on the scene and taken to a nearby hospital. The 3 other victims took themselves to a hospital. By daylight Sunday morning, there were Don Julio.
I know it's fucked up what I'm about to say, but damn, bro, why did y'all have a memorial though? Like, y'all know, cause like, I'm trying to see how you guys say. Y'all know he had opposite shit. You know people still gonna do crazy shit. I wouldn't have did no memorial. And if I was gonna do a memorial, it's gonna be a private one. Not an open, because I'm pretty sure people posted on social media and been like, at the memorial, come out at this time, at 6 o'clock, this and that third. I wouldn't have, somebody said something for sure, but I would have kept my mouth closed, or I would have held a private one where nobody would have known but him, me and his family. But
Your liquor bottles and trash scattered at the intersection of A. Philip Randolph Boulevard and Jesse Street, where the party occurred. People in the community said it was full of Poppa. One person, quote, "I remember him as a little kid singing and rapping inside the church. I enjoyed him. I hate that he's gone." The church was a nearby church called First Baptist Church of Oakland, telling the local news this isn't normal for, quote, out east. Now, we do want to send loving prayers to the victims who was shot in this gathering. I mean, it's unfortunate, but whatever going on in Jacksonville is going on in like many cities and many states. It's beef that's been going on for generations. Dissing the dead affiliation is nowadays just as bad as pulling the trigger. We all know, once a body drops, there's no return. And it's unfortunate because, yeah, Lil Poppa, he lost his life due to something he did, allegedly. And now you got enemies who taking that moment to cause more havoc on the ones who's gathering to show him love and support and cherish his memories. But that's the beef. So even though Lil Poppa music wasn't like Julio Fulio's or Young and Ace or Queso's or none of them when it came to dissing, there was subs in his music. And when you win it once a body drop. But that was the latest fam on the Florida rap.
All I'm gonna say is, bro, it's fucked up. It's fucked up, bro.